feminism. It's almost a dirty word, isn't it? What an embarrassment to women. What an insult to our forebears who fought so hard for equality and freedom. The early feminists were all about equality. But today, women masquerading as feminists are bullies who think women are superior to men, yet they themselves are so weak they can't handle an opinion different to their own. They cry foul at every opportunity. They're offended by everything, and they are so pathetic they need safe spaces and trigger warnings. And all they seem to do is whinge, whinge, whinge. Reason, the ability to think rationally and apply critical thought, is a foreign concept to some of these so-called feminists. What about this example? Last week, Mia Freeman couldn't believe a gay man would work for Erica Betts and was especially offended by the fact he does not support same-sex marriage. Newsflash, Mia, there are plenty of homosexuals who don't support same-sex marriage. Unfortunately, many are intimidated by bullies in politics and in the media and are too scared to speak out. But an increasing number are having their say. Some contact me, ask me to speak out. Others have their say on social media. And then we have people like Clementine Ford, a foul-mouthed bully who thinks misogyny by white men is unacceptable, but is totally cool with ideological cultural misogyny enforced by many Middle Eastern and Islamic cultures. And I would be remiss not to mention feminist Hillary Clinton. Maximum offence at Trump's words years ago, which were horrid, but were just words, and yet she ignores or defends her own husband's womanising and misogyny. Let's not mention the crimes she's committed and gotten away with so far, and the way she encourages bullying at Trump rallies is simply unbelievable. You know, we live in a world where people have different opinions. I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is bullying, violence and threats that arise because, especially us conservatives, don't agree with the lefties' opinions. Now, I don't want to be a man. In many ways, I don't even want to be like a man. I'm a woman. I love being feminine and I celebrate the differences between men and women. You know, for eons, it's worked and it's worked really well. Relationships, marriage, making babies, caring for one another and displaying love despite our differences strengthens our communities and our families. There are exceptions, of course. Now, I won't tolerate men who use violence against women or vice versa. I will call out real misogyny and examples such as Sharia law that discriminate against women when it comes to custody, inheritance and divorce matters. I despise the way Islamic culture excuses and endorses the dehumanising garb that amplifies attitudes and beliefs that women must be covered up. Now, it's men who are the problem, not women. If a man cannot control his sexual urges around women, he should be banished, not the woman. It's completely and utterly intolerable that Islam endorses and encourages child abuse by allowing adult men to marry defenceless, innocent, helpless little girls. FGM, honour killings and cruel punishment for sexual activity is not acceptable. These are genuine human rights abuses and they're happening both overseas and in our own backyard. This week there were reports a judge in Australia refused to recognise an Islamic divorce and the unfair awarding of a majority of property to the husband under Sharia. Good! But the thing is, many Muslim women are too afraid to go through our court system to get justice because they will be ostracised, alienated and even punished by their own Islamic community if they do. You know, there's so many faux feminists who are an embarrassment to real women, strong women, courageous women. They magnify sometimes petty and inconsequential issues at the expense of real and dangerous abuse. A real woman cares about injustice and equality. A real woman doesn't get offended at every little insult and every perceived offence. A real woman loves being a woman and encourages and celebrates positive differences between the genders. A real woman desires equality, not superiority.